We all know 60 Minutes, but I guarantee you that you probably haven't heard of their subpar cousin, 60 Minutes Australia. They might be known by some, but they are loved by all Australians. I personally love their journalism. But much like the prisoners who were sent to Australia to build a functioning civilization, 60 Minutes also has no idea what the fuck they're doing. So please, stick around to the end. So I might just have some hope that I'll survive for the next month. Thank you, and enjoy.
It's hard to believe, but ACDC, Australia's greatest band, has been around even longer than 60 Minutes.
That can't be true. I swear they've only been around for 35 minutes.
But after 40 plus years convincing us that rock and roll ain't noise pollution, age and illness seem to have finally quietened them.
For those of you who don't speak Australian, that translates to getting old and sick have finally gotten them to shut the fuck up.
It's sad news for their millions of fans around the world. Tonight, though, we want to remember ACDC as they were, at the top of their game.
Because as Jesus said, no God, please no. Just put them out of their misery.
But you ain't got a gun. Dr. Frog, you know.
There's nothing subtle about an ACDC show.
I'm not trying to diminish the scriptwriters here, but name me one artist who is subtle in their performances on stage. Kind of defeats the purpose if you have no idea what the fuck is going on. Wait.
It may not be everyone's idea of great music.
Who said this? Tell me who and all.
You guys have just bypassed disco, punk, glam, rap, when you're still a pub band.
What do you mean, a pub band? I don't know about you, but I'm not walking to any pubs with a rock concert going on in one corner and an inflatable woman with big babunias in the other. You're more likely to see Fergus in the corner there, just drinking his divorce away, running every scenario through his head, questioning why his daughters no longer talk to him.
Have you never wanted to do anything different?
Angus, have you ever wanted to change the formula of success that shot you into superstardom, altering your tune completely, and disrespecting your fans that you spent decades building up, only to come out with a K-pop album?
Not really.
Oh, okay, good. Just making sure. Like, I don't get it. What's the point of her question here?
I mean, it's like some people want to climb Everest, you know? We didn't.
Yeah, you sure didn't. I'm pretty sure you did something a little bit more impressive than that, right? Like, maybe. I actually don't understand what he's saying here. Am I just stupid?
Now 40-something...
40-something? They sat Angus Young down for an interview and didn't even bother to figure out his age. Producers, writers, editors, lighting guys, boom mic operators. They had all these people at their disposal, and yet not a single one of them could have just done a simple Google search for the script here. Hello, and welcome. Today we are sat down with... Who are you? What even is this? What are you doing here? You know what? Fuck this. I'm done.
Angus Young is the world's oldest schoolboy. On rhythm guitar is his big brother, Malcolm. Brian Johnson belts out the words.
Because as we all know, he was actually caught in the middle of a railroad track. Shoes stuck in the beam, train speeding towards him, and then he thought of it. ACDC, baby. Or something like that. I don't know. Do you think we have any idea what's really going on? Do we have to remind you that we're 60 Minutes Australia?
Their Spanish fans might not understand English, but
Neither do we.
She gave me the school suit because she said, you know, Angus would look, you know, because he looked cute, you know, running around in the school suit.
Oh, little bro, you look real adorable, looking all young and innocent in your schoolboy outfit for all the big label elites who you'll eventually come into contact with if you want your career to go anywhere.
And they told me I'd get rich quick, you know.
Fuck, she knew. She knew how the game was played. Like, I was just making a joke, but I'm 100% convinced now that she somehow figured this out way before all of us.
The Youngs were working-class Scottish immigrants, growing up in Sydney's inner west. Malcolm was going to be a fitter and turner, and Angus worked in a printing factory. They were failed apprentices who made hard rock their trade instead.
Apprentice? Do you really need to be an apprentice to work in a printing factory? Because, like, I've actually worked in a printing factory before, and this is pretty much how the interview went. I just want to start off by saying thank you. I really appreciate you being able to make the time, and I'm incredibly thankful for the opportunity. You got 10 fingers? Yeah, you're hired.
Listening to the machinery in these places as well, you come up with ideas for songs as well.
From machinery?
Just from the rhythms, that's what I used to do when I got really bored.
You got your ideas for your music by listening to the printing factory sounds? Like, do you know how absolutely masterfully insane you have to be to listen to this? And pull out Thunderstruck? Oh yeah, yeah. What is this one here called? The printing press? Yeah, I like it. Sounds great. Oh, is that an injury on level 4? Oh yeah, I'm keeping that in. That's staying in the album.
ACDC remain accessible to their fans and generous with their time.
Okay, thank you very much.
They've never lost sight of who has made them rock stars. When, after Bond's death, the critics wrote obituaries for the entire band, Malcolm and Angus took on Brian Johnson and released a new album. Their fans snapped up 10 million copies.
Damn. To have your lead singer die and then make a new album and having it go on to sell 10 million copies is just actually impressive.
You know, when I'm in a dressing room or if we're on a bus or on a long journey, the boys still talk about Bond like he's there.
And that pisses me off.
Angus Young confesses he's still a Scotsman at heart. Chesty Bonds is as close as he comes to designer labels, and he claims to still have the first TV and stereo he ever bought.
America, all through Europe.
As for the limo, well, they're only riding in it because tonight they have an extra passenger. It's part of the mythology.
Sorry. I don't know why I was expecting, like, the Queen of England to be in the car with them, the way that they were hyping up who was with them, and then the camera pan. That was just funny as shit.
Last year, ACDC made around $12.5 million, and they weren't even touring. But this is what keeps them playing.
The greater number of $67 million a year that they make just from touring. Like, you know, you can't just not tour, right? That's definitely not up to them. When you're a band as big as they are, there are a lot of people with a lot of deep pockets who are heavily invested in you, and they practically own your existence.
What excites them? A huge crowd going hugely wild.
Look at all these dollars flooding from their pockets into mine. Look, I know they probably have, like, a lot of respect and appreciation for their fans, but let's not act like they aren't making more money than a pastor on Christmas. I really wanted to make the obvious joke about another religion here, but I also don't want my channel to be deleted and my accounts to be frozen.
How do you survive month after month after month on the road?
Survive, huh? You sure that's the word you wanted to use in this context here, Tracy? Starvation, pneumonia, illness, being treated as less than human by your fellow peers. Yeah, it's all very real out here. Dying alone, no one to remember you. But I gotta be honest, I'd much rather be out here than I would traveling the world, having millions of people listening to the art that I've created, to be embedded in rock and roll history as one of the greatest bands in existence. Wouldn't want to be any of those poor bastards.
ACDC has proven they knew all along what the music business was about. Their strategy has always been a simple tune and a universal theme played very, very loud.
Or in other words, create really catchy, memorable, and badass music that will certainly blow out your grandmother's eardrums, and you'll shockingly find success. I know, it blew my mind figuring this out myself.
Doesn't there come a time when you just get sick and tired of singing about testosterone and testicles?
Oh, feeble-minded woman. Masculinity and balls are the only thing that women love in a man, but not more than men love themselves. If we got bored of our balls, slapstick humor would cease to exist. Humor itself would die and the world would end.
It's a hard thing, you know, if you're five guys, you know.
It's an inevitability, isn't
It is, and I mean, come spring,
Our balls might get scared of their own shadow, retreat inside us, and we'll start singing about estrogen in our vaginas, because we all know how well that worked for the Ghostbusters.
you know. It's on every guy's lip.
So you're happy to be labelled sexist?
It's a good word.
That's just a good response to that stupid question.
It's perhaps the greatest compliment you can pay ACDC, that the world has changed a great deal in 23 years, no thanks to them. About the only difference between then and now is the wives and kids waiting at home, the greying hair, and those wrinkles.
And we all know what comes with time is the scary process of seeing the depleting face that you no longer recognize in the mirror every morning. Hence why I always say, it is better to end the suffering now than it is to prolong the inevitable. I'll be able to afford a bullet for you one day, but not today.